Hello everyone, welcome to Professor Ruby's English Picture Book Podcast. And we are pleased to have Professor Yingling to join us again.
Hello, I'm Yingling.
Hi Yingling, do you like rock or stone?
Well, I like rock. You know, rock is huge, and if I have a rock, and then I'll try to break it down and then see what can I find inside.
I'm glad to hear that you love rock. Today, we are going to introduce a very special girl who also loves collecting rocks. She is the dinosaur lady, Mary Ann. Mary Ann is from England. When Mary was very young, she loved to explore the beach and collect strange-looking rocks and shells. They were not just regular rocks, though. Some of them were fossils, the remains of creatures that lived millions of years ago. One day, when Mary was only 12 years old, she made an incredible discovery. She found the fossil of a giant sea creature. This was a huge find because nobody really knew that such a creature existed. Mary didn't stop there. She continued searching the cliffs and beaches, and over time she discovered many more important fossils, like the skeletons of dinosaurs and other ancient animals. At first, scientists did not take Mary's discovery seriously because she was a woman. However, Mary continued to study the fossils and learned more. Eventually, scientists realized that Mary was making huge contributions to their understanding of animals that lived in the past. So what do you think of Mary Ann, Yingling?
Well, I think she's amazing, and I admire her love for adventure, her curiosity, and how she changed science forever. It teaches us that everyone, no matter who they are, can make important discoveries if they stay curious and never give up.
That's right. Curiosity is the key to the discovery. During Mary's lifetime, she made 5 major discoveries that helped change the way people look at the world and help them better understand the Earth's past. Because of her discoveries, she is known today as one of the first paleontologists, which means someone who studies fossils. Next, we'll learn some important vocabulary.
Okay, let's start. First, paleontologist. A paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils to learn about ancient life.
For example, Mary Ann was one of the first paleontologists to discover dinosaur fossils.
Number 2, fossil. Fossil is the remains of an animal or plant, usually found in rock.
For example, Mary found a large fossil of a sea creature buried in the cliffs.
3, discovery. It means that finding something new or unknown.
For example, her discovery of the dinosaur skeleton amazed scientists.
4, skeleton. Skeleton is the bones of an animal or person put together in the right order.
For example, the skeleton Mary found was of a giant dinosaur.
5, adventure. Adventure means an exciting or unusual experience.
For example, Mary went on an adventure every time she searched the beach for fossils.
6, ancient. Ancient means very old, from a long time ago.
For example, the fossils Mary found were from ancient animals that lived millions of years ago.
7, remains. What is left or something that has died or been destroyed are called remains.
For example, the fossils Mary found were the remains of creatures that once lived in the sea. Yingling, have you heard of a seashell tongue twister?
I heard of it. You mean the seashore one?
Yes, that tongue twister was said to be about Mary Ann. Let's hear it.
Okay, I'll try. Okay. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells.
I'm sure.
For if she sells seashells on the seashore, then I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Good job. Wonderful. Thank you, Professor Yingling. Thank you again for joining us for 2 stories. At the end of this podcast, there are 5 questions below. Don't forget to submit your answers. I hope you enjoy this book. I'll see you next book.
Bye.
Bye-bye.